Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
She must be a con, she must be a pro because she's going to turn around and do it same thing again.
A warning from a local woman who lost $200 and missed out on a really fun experience with her daughter. Thanks for joining us tonight. While thousands of you were singing along to Shake It Off at last night's Taylor Swift concert, one mom had to tell her daughter they couldn't go.
She contacted our whistleblower hotline saying she was scammed while trying to buy tickets. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson tells us what happened and how to make sure you're buying legit tickets.
A lot of young girls are calling it the concert of the year, like Wendy Anderson's 11-year-old daughter.
It's like, I was going to take you to Taylor Swift today. She's like, what? But something fell through.
Anderson decided last minute to take her daughter to the concert, so she went online to look for tickets.
There really wasn't any tickets left in the price range that I had wanted. And so I went to Craigslist to find a more reasonable price tickets.
She found this ad from a woman claiming she was out of the state and didn't need her tickets anymore.
I said 2 for $200. She said yes. I said, can we meet? I had her send me pictures of the tickets so I knew that they were actually there.
They texted back and forth.
I've never done this before, so I kind of asked her, how do you suggest we go about this? How do I get you the money and how do I get, the tickets or whatever?
And the seller had Anderson go to Walmart and wire the money, saying she would send the tickets in a file over the internet. The tickets never came, and the seller stopped responding.
Can I have you email them? Can you please send the tickets? So then I just assumed that you're not sending them, I'm a fool.
Anderson filed a police report, notified Craigslist, and wants others to learn from her mistake. Regardless of what event you're going to, beware of scammers.
They're just good at what they do. They make it sound so real, so legit, and I guess I was just too gullible. You just fall for it sometimes when it sounds so good.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If you're thinking about buying tickets to a concert or a sporting event, the Better Business Bureau says if you buy online or from a scalper, you always run the risk of getting fake tickets. Their advice, only buy from reputable brokers. Never wire money to someone you don't know, and always use common sense, saying if it seems too good to be true, it usually is. And if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline, 701-237-6576, and leave your tip.
A man is in custody after he held up a house with several weapons in Bismarck last night. Police say they were called to a house on this street after reports that a 36-year-old man inside was threatening another man with a gun. The threatened man and a woman managed to run from the home and call police. The West Dakota SWAT team was called and negotiations started, but the man was uncooperative. Police say shots were fired at officers, but but nobody was hit. A driver was airlifted to Fargo this afternoon after this crash with a semi south of Breckenridge. The crash happened near the intersection of Highway 75 and Highway 55, which is between Breckenridge and Wheaton. Sergeant Jesse Grabo with the Minnesota State Patrol says the driver of the car failed to yield and was hit by a semi. The driver's injuries are believed to be serious, but the semi driver wasn't hurt.
I have no issues with today's weather. Very enjoyable fall conditions, and the lack of wind sure makes a difference. Hutch, will the winds stay away tonight?
Well, it does look like our forecast is quite pleasant into the evening. Notice the temperature difference when we look to the east of the Red River. A lot of low and mid 50s there. Holding on to 61 in Fargo-Moorhead. That won't last forever. It's even milder in the central Dakotas with temperatures in the upper 60s there. Your planning forecast shows sunset at 6:44 this evening under crystal clear skies. The wind remains light and the temperatures fall quickly as we go through the late evening hours. It looks like we'll be in those 40s before bedtime tonight. So some chilly morning lows will be the rule of thumb the next couple of days. There's going to be some wind and a chance of some rain. We'll tell you about that in the main weather segment.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Faulty electrical equipment is to blame for an early morning fire. It happened at Buffalo Wild Wings in North Fargo this morning. It happened in the outdoor seating area of the 19th Avenue North location. Fire officials say the restaurant's sprinkler system was able to contain the flames to a small area. Damage is estimated to be around $10,000.
Police have released photos and video of the woman who apparently robbed the Citizens Community Credit Union in Grand Forks yesterday. Police say her description is similar to the female in another robbery at a Grand Forks Bremer Bank 2 weeks ago, the suspect in that case. On the left side of your screen is a surveillance photo of the suspect taken at Bremer Bank in September 30th, and police say she displayed a weapon during that robbery. On the right is a surveillance photo of the suspect during Monday's robbery of the credit union. Police say she displayed a handgun during this robbery. However, the quality of the images makes it tough to determine if it's the same person.
There are similarities between the two. Weapon is a little bit different in this case. In this particular case, it was a firearm that was displayed. Overall, it's a distinct possibility, but I don't think there's anybody, we're certainly not going to commit and say it for sure is the same person or it for sure is not.
If you have any information about the recent Grand Forks bank robberies, you're asked to contact police immediately.
We're a little more than an hour away from the first Democratic primary debate in Las Vegas. It's the biggest night of the year so far for Democrats. We know that Hillary Clinton is in the lead, but Bernie Sanders is right behind her in the polls. If Clinton doesn't get the nomination, our Washington correspondent, Jacqueline Policastro, asked the head of the Democratic Party, Debbie Schultz, if Sanders can stand up to a Republican.
Well, I think tonight voters will see the 45th president of the United States of America. They've been watching the reality TV show that is the Republican circus performance going on the other side of the aisle. Tonight they'll hear from all 5 of our candidates who are going to talk about how to continue the progress that we've been able to make under President Obama.
Tune in to Valley News Live 10 at 10 tonight. We'll have an update on the debate.
One of the most well-known entertainment for men magazines is dumping nude pictures of women. Playboy has announced it's going to redesign its magazine and will adopt a PG-13 style that's less produced but still have provocative poses. Playboy executives say the iconic brand's content, nude women, is now everywhere on the internet, and subscribers for the magazine have dropped significantly in years. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop investigates if sex has become less taboo in our culture and the area.
So I think right away there's a little shock out there saying, wow, Playboy is changing.
Del Fisher has a collection of Playboy issues going from the 1960s to now. He says he gets about 50 to 75 customers a month who will come in and purchase the groundbreaking magazine. There is even a demand for older Playboy issues.
There are collectors out there that come in and say, I'm interested in maybe 1989, and they'll want to buy one issue of each month.
Fisher, like many, say they were shocked to hear that Playboy will start covering up.
When you think of Playboy, naturally you think of centerfold and nudism and so forth.
Playboy is known by that. It's an empire that has been for years.
Everyone's so used to just nude everywhere that suddenly the lingerie and costumes and stuff are becoming sexy again.
Enchantices is a lingerie and adult store. They say more adult stores are trying to create a comfortable atmosphere for women.
We try to force the idea that nothing really is taboo. It's only as taboo as you think it is.
The store says 50 Shades of Grey helped change people's view on sex and making it more publicly acceptable. Stephanie Nelson of Fargo says adult stores have become less taboo.
I think it's just normal.
And she thinks that is because sex is a part of the American culture.
It's subtly put out there for kids, so at younger ages. It may not be like in their faces, but so I think the younger they are, the more they get introduced to it earlier.
In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
FM News says they plan to buy extra issues of the No Nude Playboy. That issue is coming out March of 2016. Last year, the Playboy website stopped showing nudity, and they say their web traffic increased from 4 million to 16 million unique users per month. Now, you can join the conversation about this story and many more on our Facebook page. While you're there, like Valley News Live, and you can stay informed all throughout the entire day.
A heads up to anyone driving on I-94 in Moorhead over the next few days. The westbound lanes of I-94 closed currently, won't reopen until 6 tomorrow morning. It's going to close again at 6 p.m. the following day. Drivers heading west will be redirected south to County Road 11, west on County Road 12, and south and north on Highway 75. Now, in addition to that, eastbound traffic on Interstate 94 will be reduced to one lane starting at 7 tonight as crews are working to replace the northern half of the 20th Street pedestrian bridge.
The Voice's Blind Joe brought his message of courage and overcoming obstacles to young people at Edclaff Elementary today. Blind Joe Bommersbach grew up in Kindred. He shared with the kids that life isn't fair, but you can't let hurdles derail your life or destroy your dreams. Blind Joe took up guitar at a very young age. After years of practice, he eventually started playing in clubs all around the FM area. But that's not the end of his dream. He just may be headed for the big time after getting to be on the NBC hit show The Voice. Now it's unsure when Blind Joe is going to be back on The Voice for the next round. It could be tonight or even next week. Tune in to find out.
He may change his name to Tired Joe. He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
He's everywhere around this community.
Fun to see,
wow. Later on Valley News Live at 6, are you looking for some ideas on how to decorate your home for the fall season? Stick around for tips.
And a look at our weather across the region. It is warmer to the south and to the west. Will that air reach the valley? Your hour by hour